Good evening, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated Journato evening headlines on June 14, 2022. Hungary to make $600 million annual profit through Russian oil tax, research agency. The Guardian, buy cheap fuel in Hungary, but only if you're a local. Donald Trump slams pitiful January 6 investigation and teases 2024 run in rambling statement. The Independent, video, watch live, 2nd January 6 hearing will focus on Trump's big lie. The New York Times, January 6 hearings, live, Trump faces legal scrutiny over $250 million, Stop the Steal fundraising haul. The Independent, opinion, will the January 6 hearings lead to a Trump indictment? Portsmouth City Council plans to continue Gazprom gas contract. Antisemitic sculpture can remain in church, German court rules. The Guardian, German court rejects bid to remove church's anti-Semitic pig sculpture. The Independent, anti-Jewish medieval sculpture can stay on church, top German court rules. Reuters.com, German federal court rejects bid to remove anti-Semitic relic. Turkey threatens years delay to Swedish and Finnish entry to NATO. The Guardian, NATO takes seriously Turkey's concerns over Sweden and Finland accession. The Times, former Kurdish rebel has key role in Sweden's NATO bid. The Independent, NATO chief says he had no reason to believe Turkey would block Nordic membership. Financial Times, Sweden moving to meet Turkey's demands, NATO chief says. Climate change, new fossil fuel funding is delusional, says UN chief. Pope Francis says Ukraine war was perhaps somehow provoked. The Guardian, Ukraine war. Pope says Russia's invasion was perhaps in some way provoked. Sky News, Russian war in Ukraine possibly provoked by NATO, says Pope. The Times, Pope blasts Russian cruelty, lauds Ukrainian heroism. The Independent, Pope, NATO may have provoked Russian invasion of Ukraine, but I'm not pro-Putin. Capitol riot hearings, Donald Trump calls inquiry kangaroo court in 12-page rant as inquiry hears he was detached from reality. Sky News, Trump raised $250 million to fight non-existent voter fraud but gave most of it to his own PAC, January 6 committee hears. The Independent, opinion, the January 6 committee exposed Trump's lies, and indicted the GOP in the process. The Washington Post, witnesses portray Trump as detached from reality. Taiwan Strait is an international waterway, Taipei says, in rebuff to China. Reuters.com, China sets up U.S. conflict by laying claim to Taiwan Strait. The Times, China vows to crush any attempt by Taiwan to pursue independence. Financial Times, China meeting a step in effort to develop lines of communication, U.S. Defense Secretary says. Reuters.com, Shangri-La defense talks focus on Taiwan. Proliferation of new psychoactive substances being sold and consumed in Europe, Drugs Agency warns. Sky News, Europe's illegal drug market rebounds after COVID disruptions. Financial Times, everywhere, everything, everyone, drugs are back in the EU. The Independent, narcotics problems in Europe rising post-pandemic, EU Drugs Agency warns. Bloomberg, EU warns of rising narcotics production in Europe as new drugs hit market. Boris Johnson News, live, UK urged to drop law-breaking Brexit plan by MEPs. The Independent, EU poised to take legal action against UK over Northern Ireland Protocol bill. The Guardian, Conor Burns dismisses claim government acting on protocol after DUP Stormont pledge, UTV. ITV News, Northern Ireland Protocol rewrite, Boris Johnson makes biggest Brexit gamble. Bloomberg, it's in Britain and the EU's interests to calmly resolve the Northern Ireland Protocol crisis. Russia-Ukraine war, what we know on day 111 of the invasion. The Guardian, Ukraine News, live, Putin likely still wants all of Ukraine, says US. The Independent, Ukraine war, bridges to Severodonetsk impassable as Russia moves closer to taking control of important city. Sky News, Ukraine troops film first-person view of battle for Severodonetsk. The Telegraph, fears grow for Severodonetsk civilians as plants struck and bridges destroyed. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.